Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're going to be spending a little time with Dick Peffley right now, General Manager of the Lansing Board of Water and Light. And Dick, it's always good to see you are in the office, and I suspect you're also totally in charge, because what do you got, 5, 6 people in the building with you?
I think you hit the number right on the head. I think there's 5 of us, but tomorrow we're opening up some more of our offices. Our COVID numbers are very good, and we're going to start bringing some people back in.
Excellent. Well, it'd be nice to have humans in there to keep you company, right?
Absolutely.
Well, listen, big week for announcements in the mid-Michigan area. And certainly you are going to be very involved in that. And that is the General Motors. So why don't you bring everybody up to date on that announcement and where you guys play into that?
Well, it was a wow week for us. We've been working with this customers for months, and electric rates are near and dear to their heart. It was sure it was key in locating. We'd actually worked with a group on a battery plant last year, and we weren't able to get it. And so we sharpened our pencil, and we worked right through the governor's office on this, and we gave them a rate that I'm going to say probably knocked their socks off. And then with the help from the city and the township and everybody else in there, we were able to land this customer, and they want to be up and running in 24 months, they're telling us.
Wow, that is amazing. So you got a couple of things going on with their plants. This is going to be huge for you too, is it not?
Absolutely. This is a 120 megawatt load. That's a 35% increase to our normal daily load. So this is huge. And you know what GM's commitment is community. I think you got to put in perspective. Back in the heyday, for probably a lot of your listeners were born in the 70s, they had 6 assembly plants here. Yeah. This facility and the other 2 will double the consumption that they used back in the heyday. This is a new heyday for us.
Isn't that wild? And back then, Oldsmobile was headquartered here as well, which was one of their divisions.
Yep, I can look across at their old corporate office building every day.
That's exactly right. So, in increasing that, what does that do to you now? Because I'm thinking of the biggest problem we face in the state of Michigan, which is people. We can't get enough talent.
Yes, there's going to be a lot of talent needed to work there, and the board of Water and Light will be expanding too. We do have enough energy to supply their needs immediately, but we have some plants closing because they've reached the end of their life. So we got to make some plans here over the next year to see where we're going to take the company, and it's all in a good direction for our customers.
Well, it's comfortable to get off on a little tangent here because it speaks to exactly what you're talking about. You guys have had an incredible program where you've gone in over the years to high school classes to talk about career development.
Absolutely, and we call it the First Step program. It actually, the architects of that program here in the board went to Washington D.C. to talk about it. And this year's first class group, the 12 students, they're live again. We had to suspend the program for a couple of years because of the COVID, but now the students are just starting again. So they work here 20 hours a week from January to graduation. And we give them a couple $1,000s towards college, and they get to see what the real world's like. And in the 12 years of the program, not a single student's dropped out. They have to graduate and they have to complete their work here, but they work right next to the boots on the ground.
Wow, that's amazing. Have you been able to retain a percentage of them?
We have all different varieties. Each one of these students is paired with a full-time mentor so that the safety and how it works. Some of the First Step students are now mentors for new ones coming in, which is really cool. But yeah, some of them will go to college and come back. Some will stay on, and we put them through trade schools, and whatever their ambitions are, there's a slot at the Board of Water and Light for them.
Unbelievable. It really is. All right. So let's go to another area where you guys have excelled too, and that is moving into solar power. And now there's even a bigger reason to step that up, is there not?
Absolutely. And you're right. It's not just solar, it's wind, but it's the carbon neutrality and is where you want to head. We've got a huge investment in the windmills up in Tuscola County. We can get 80 megawatts from there, and the largest solar array this side of the Mississippi is coming online up in Shiawassee County, starting to come on right now next few weeks. Well, we're the biggest owner in that. So that power comes back to Lansing and helps offset our fossil fuel usage.
Do you find from a residential standpoint and maybe even some businesses that they're putting in solar?
We're seeing a little bit of it. Businesses reach out and talk to us. Economy of scale, it pays for us to supply the energy to them versus them putting it in as for the most part, because we can take any customer right now to 100% renewable energy for a 10% premium. So if your electric bill at the Holman Palace is $100 a month, for 110, you can say you've got 100% renewable energy there. We can do that for anybody.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. And you're building fields now of solar banks. That's I would imagine you've got plans to do more of that.
We do have. We've far exceed the requirements that a utility is required to supply, and we balance that against rates. Some folks are happy with what the state requirements are. Some folks want 100%. So we want to make sure that we have enough to supply the individuals that want 100%. That way we don't drive our rate base up. So if you want 100%, you can have it. If you're happy with what the state mandate is, that's great also.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, Dick Peffley, General Manager of the Lansing Board of Water and Light, thanks for joining us and the great work you're doing, bud.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be on. You keep up the good work also.
Thank you very much. We will try to do that. I'm Chris Holman. This is the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. We'll be back with more.